Hospital emergency codes, they could save your life. Hey, what's up, everybody? Dr. Mike here, and welcome back to the Village Vibes channel. Today, we're tackling a topic that's super important, even if you're not in the medical field. Hospital emergency codes. You've probably heard these in movies and TV shows. Code Blue, Code Red. But do you know what they actually mean? These codes are like a secret language that help hospitals respond quickly and efficiently to emergencies. And trust me, when every second counts, knowing these codes can make all the difference. Whether you're a concerned citizen, a future healthcare professional, or just someone who wants to be prepared for anything, this video is for you. We're going to break down 16 of the most common hospital emergency codes, explaining what they mean, what to do if you hear them, and how you can stay safe. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get informed. First up, we've got Code Red, the one you've probably heard the most. It means there's a fire somewhere in the hospital. Now, before you panic, remember that hospitals are designed with fire safety in mind. They've got fire-resistant walls, sprinkler systems, and trained personnel ready to jump into action. If you hear Code Red announced, and you see flames or smoke, don't try to be a hero. Your first priority is to get yourself and anyone around you to safety. Remember the acronym RACE: Rescue, Alarm, Confine, Extinguish. Rescue anyone in immediate danger if it's safe to do so. Then pull the nearest fire alarm to alert the fire department. Next, close all doors and windows to contain the fire. And if you have a fire extinguisher and know how to use it safely, you can attempt to put out small fires. But again, safety first. Hospitals practice fire drills regularly, so the staff will know exactly what to do. Your job is to stay calm, follow instructions, and evacuate if necessary. Next, we have Code Blue, which signals a medical emergency, usually a cardiac or respiratory arrest. This means someone's heart has stopped beating or they've stopped breathing. Time is of the essence in a Code Blue situation, and every second counts. If you hear a Code Blue announced and you see someone collapsed, check for responsiveness and breathing. If they're unresponsive and not breathing, call for help immediately. If you're trained in CPR, start chest compressions and rescue breaths. Don't be afraid to step in. Even hands-only CPR can double or triple a person's chances of survival. A Code Blue team, consisting of doctors, nurses, and respiratory therapists, will arrive quickly with a crash cart equipped with everything they need to restart the heart and stabilize the patient. Remember, in a Code Blue, your quick thinking and actions can truly mean the difference between life and death. Code Black is one that sends chills down everyone's spine. It means there's a bomb threat. It's a scary situation, but it's important to remember that the vast majority of bomb threats turn out to be hoaxes. If you hear Code Black, don't panic. Instead, stay vigilant and follow the instructions of hospital staff. They'll likely put the hospital on lockdown, meaning no one can enter or leave. If you receive a bomb threat directly, try to stay calm and gather as much information as possible. Note down the caller's voice, any background noises, and the specific nature of the threat. Immediately report the threat to hospital security or the authorities. Evacuate the area if instructed to do so, and avoid touching any suspicious packages or objects. Remember, your safety is paramount, and the hospital staff is trained to handle these situations. Chapter 4. Code Pink. Protecting our most vulnerable infant or child abduction code. Pink is every parent's worst nightmare. It signifies a potential infant or child abduction. Hospitals take infant security very seriously, and they have numerous measures in place to prevent abductions. If you hear Code Pink announced, be extra vigilant and report any suspicious activity to hospital staff immediately. Look out for anyone who seems out of place or anyone carrying a large bag or suspicious package. Hospitals often have security cameras, controlled access points, and even infant tracking systems to deter abductions. If you see someone attempting to leave the hospital with a baby who isn't theirs, don't hesitate to alert security or intervene if it's safe to do so. Remember, it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to the safety of our most vulnerable patients. Chapter 5. Code Orange. Hazardous material spill. Suit up and stay safe. Let's talk about Code Orange, which indicates a hazardous material spill or release. Hospitals use a lot of chemicals and substances that can be dangerous if not handled properly. If you hear Code Orange and you're not part of the designated hazmat team, your job is to stay clear of the affected area. Don't try to clean up the spill yourself. You could put yourself in danger. Instead, follow the instructions of hospital staff and evacuate the area if necessary. Hazmat teams are specially trained to handle these situations safely and effectively. They'll wear protective gear and use specialized equipment to contain the spill, decontaminate the area, and dispose of the hazardous materials properly. Remember, when it comes to hazardous materials, it's always better to err on the side of caution and let the professionals handle it. Chapter 6. Code Silver Active Shooter Run Hide Fight. Code Silver is a chilling reality of today's world. It means there's an active shooter in the hospital. This is a high-pressure, rapidly evolving situation that requires immediate action. If you hear Code Silver announced, your first priority is to protect yourself. Remember the mantra, run, hide, fight. If there's a clear escape route, evacuate the area as quickly and safely as possible. If you can't escape, find a secure location to hide, such as a locked room or closet. Turn off the lights, silence your phone, and stay quiet. As a last resort, if your life is in imminent danger, be prepared to fight back using any means necessary. Remember, in an active shooter situation, every second counts. Be aware of your surroundings, have a plan, and be prepared to act decisively. Chapter 7. Code Yellow Disaster Mode. Activating the hospital's emergency plan. Code Yellow means the hospital is dealing with a disaster or mass casualty incident. This could be anything from a natural disaster like a tornado or earthquake to a major car accident or industrial explosion. When a Code Yellow is declared, it means the hospital needs to activate its emergency plan and prepare for a surge of patients. Hospital staff will spring into action, setting up triage areas, calling in extra personnel, and preparing operating rooms for a potential influx of critically injured patients. If you hear Code Yellow and you're not directly involved in patient care, your best bet is to stay clear of the emergency room and other critical care areas. You can help by staying informed, following the instructions of hospital staff, and perhaps even volunteering your time to assist with non-medical tasks. Remember, in a disaster situation, hospitals rely on the cooperation and support of everyone to effectively manage the situation. Chapter 8. Code Brown, Battling the Elements, Severe Weather Threat. Code Brown might sound a little less intense than some of the others, but it's still serious. It means there's a severe weather threat, like a tornado, hurricane, or blizzard. Hospitals need to be prepared for anything Mother Nature throws their way. If you hear Code Brown announced, it means the hospital is taking precautions to protect patients, staff, and visitors from the impending weather event. Hospital staff will likely begin moving patients to interior hallways, away from windows, and securing any loose objects that could become projectiles in high winds. They'll also make sure they have enough supplies, like food, water, and blankets, in case the hospital loses power or is cut off from outside help. If you're in the hospital during a Code Brown, stay calm, follow the instructions of hospital staff, and be patient. They're doing everything they can to keep everyone safe and comfortable during the storm. Chapter 9. Code White Evacuation Time, Knowing the Exits and Staying Calm. Code White means it's time to evacuate the hospital. This could be due to a fire, a bomb threat, a hazardous material spill, or any other situation that makes it unsafe to remain in the building. If you hear Code White announced, don't panic. Instead, follow the instructions of hospital staff, who will guide you to the nearest safe exit. Hospitals practice evacuation drills regularly, so they'll have a plan in place to get everyone out safely and efficiently. If you're able to walk, do so calmly and quickly. If you're unable to walk or need assistance, alert hospital staff, and they'll provide a wheelchair or stretcher. Once you're outside, move away from the building to a designated assembly point. Remember, in an evacuation, it's important to stay calm, follow instructions, and help others if you can. Code Green might sound a bit ambiguous, but it's actually quite specific. It means there's a need to mobilize the hospital's emergency response team. This team is made up of specially trained doctors, nurses, and other medical professionals who are equipped to handle a wide range of emergencies. If you hear Code Green announced, it means the hospital is preparing for a potential surge of patients, often due to a major incident in the community. This could be a multi-vehicle accident, a large-scale industrial accident, or a natural disaster. The emergency response team will set up a triage area to quickly assess and prioritize patients based on the severity of their injuries. They'll also work to ensure that the hospital has enough beds, supplies, and staff to handle the influx of patients. If you're in the hospital during a Code Green, stay calm and try to stay out of the way of the emergency response team as they work to care for those in need. Code Purple is a rare but terrifying situation. It signifies a hostage situation within the hospital. Hospitals, unfortunately, can be targets for individuals experiencing mental health crises or those with personal vendettas. If you hear Code Purple announced, it's crucial to remain calm and follow the instructions of law enforcement. Your safety is their top priority. If you find yourself in the vicinity of a hostage situation, try to discreetly move away from the area and find a safe place to hide. Silence your phone and stay quiet. Do not attempt to intervene or negotiate with the hostage taker. Law enforcement will work swiftly to establish communication with the hostage taker, de-escalate the situation, and secure the release of all hostages unharmed. Remember, in a hostage situation, your best course of action is to stay out of sight, remain silent, and wait for professional help to arrive. Code Gray is called when there's a combative or disruptive individual in the hospital. This could be a patient who's agitated, confused, or under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Or it could be a visitor who's becoming aggressive or violent. If you hear Code Gray announced, it's important to stay calm and avoid approaching the individual in question. Your safety is paramount. Hospital staff is trained in de-escalation techniques, and they'll attempt to calm the individual down and resolve the situation peacefully. However, if the individual poses an immediate threat to themselves or others, security will be called to intervene. Remember, in a Code Gray situation, it's best to stay clear, let the professionals handle it, and report any suspicious or concerning behavior to hospital staff. Code Violet is similar to Code Gray, but even more serious. It indicates that there's a violent individual in the hospital who poses an immediate threat to the safety of others. This could be someone who is armed, physically assaulting others, or exhibiting extremely aggressive behavior. If you hear Code Violet announced, your safety is the top priority. If possible, remove yourself from the situation as quickly and safely as possible. If you can't evacuate, find a secure location to hide, such as a locked room or closet, and barricade the door if possible. Silence your phone, turn off the lights, and stay quiet. If you witness the violent behavior or have any information that could be helpful to law enforcement, report it immediately. Remember, in a Code Violet situation, your primary goal is to protect yourself and others from harm. Code Amber might be familiar to you in the context of missing children, but in a hospital setting, it's used when an adult patient goes missing. This could be a patient with dementia who wanders off, someone trying to leave against medical advice, or even foul play in rare cases. If you hear Code Amber announced, it means the hospital is initiating a search for a missing adult patient. Hospital staff will follow established protocols, which may include checking the patient's room and surrounding areas, reviewing security footage, and interviewing staff and visitors. If you see the missing patient or have any information about their whereabouts, report it to hospital staff immediately. Your assistance could be crucial in bringing the missing person home safely. Remember, even though it's not a child, a missing adult patient is still a serious situation, and time is of the essence in locating them. Code Clear is the announcement everyone wants to hear. It means an emergency situation has been resolved, and the hospital is returning to normal operations. After a Code Red, Code Black, or any other emergency code, once the situation is under control and any immediate threats have been addressed, a Code Clear will be announced over the hospital's intercom system. This signals to staff, patients, and visitors that it's safe to resume normal activities. Hospital staff will work quickly to clear any blocked hallways, unlock any secured areas, and return to their regular duties. Patients who were moved or evacuated will be returned to their rooms, and visitors will be allowed back into the hospital. Code clear is a welcome sound, indicating that the hospital is once again a safe and secure environment for everyone. Code triage is activated when the hospital faces a situation that requires prioritizing patient care due to limited resources. This could be triggered by an internal event, such as a power outage or a fire in a specific wing, or an external disaster, like a mass casualty incident in the community. If you hear code triage announced, it means the hospital is implementing its triage protocols. Triage is a system for quickly assessing patients' conditions and prioritizing care based on the severity of their injuries or illnesses. During a code triage, medical professionals will quickly evaluate incoming patients and assign them a triage category, which determines the order in which they'll receive treatment. Patients with life-threatening conditions will be seen first, followed by those with serious but not immediately life-threatening injuries, and so on. Code triage ensures that resources are allocated effectively and that patients with the most critical needs receive timely and appropriate care. That's it for our breakdown of 16 common hospital emergency codes. Remember, these codes are designed to save lives by ensuring a swift and coordinated response to various emergencies. Knowing what they mean and how to react can make all the difference in a critical situation. While we hope you never find yourself in a situation where you need to use this knowledge, being informed could potentially help you save a life, including your own. So stay safe, stay informed, and remember, knowledge is power. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more informative videos. Stay safe and informed.